was there anything specific, whether it makes sense or doesn't make sense, that you're able to share that you think triggered the awakening, or you identify as the awakening, or um because I know
Mhm.
we've talked about this, but and maybe it's perfect that I'm not remembering right now, so we can actually talk about it. But did like the clouds open up? Like, you know,
No, it was, there was a specific moment, which, it's funny 'cause, Henoch,
mhm.
you met him. Um, he was recently asking me this too, because 'cause we've had all these, like, super in-depth conversations. He's like, "You kind of vaguely told me kind of," it was right after I was on set, I had the opportunity to be on set with Shinedown for their, film project they did for their album. It was right after that. He's like, "You've never told me, like, a specific." I'm like, "Yeah." I I said, "There was a specific moment, but at the moment, I'm still kinda keeping that close to my chest." Like,
Mm. Okay, it's fair.
but it's something as things, like, move and shift, that's something I'd be happy to talk about, but at the moment,
Well, and I don't know if 5 people or 5,000 people are going to listen to this, or 50,000 or 500,000, but you know, at some point in time, and maybe it's around two or around three or whatever, um, I I would love to be able to put that out. But if you're open to it and willing, and it doesn't, I don't care
absolutely.
whether it's now or 20 years from now, but I think that people's moments of awakening will help other people. Those stories being shared will help other
Yeah.
people have those moments.
Yeah, and I actually it's something I absolutely do want to share,
Mhm.
but I'm not quite there yet. I didn't even tell Henoch yet either,
Yeah.
just FYI.
You're
So there's like
you
one person that knows.
yeah. Well, I mean, I think it's fair to
But
protect that stuff, until you're in a comfortable place. I mean, I would talk about my spiritual existence, experience, feelings, thoughts with anybody and everybody in a private setting. In a
yeah,
public forum, where there might be a recording device, or, people that I wasn't sure that I wanted to know, I was pretty close to the chest.
yeah,
And even when I say I talk to anyone and everyone, I would never volunteer it. It was always like, just for the sake of volunteering it, like, I don't see any reason.
yeah,
But at the same token, so I think this. I used to teach meditation, dance, and martial arts and everything, over 20 years ago when I was in my early 20s. And I stopped doing that because I felt awkward having so much power given to me. Like, people 2, 3 times older than me, I would do a meditation or a mindfulness class or something like that, and they looked at me like a cult, or like what I would imagine a cult leader would get, and it scared the shit out of me. And I'm like, yeah, no thanks, I don't want that kind of power. But I would still work with people and periodically do guided meditations, but I would only do it if they found me. And it was really clear, it was a difference between me just talking about it with someone, and or when they needed guidance of some
yeah,
sort that I just happened to be able to give.
yeah,
And those people found me, and it didn't matter how much I tried to hide. Like, they would ask questions, and it just it was like, all right, well, it's foregone conclusion. Do you want to do a guided meditation? Kind
yeah,
of
yeah,
situation.
yeah,
The vast majority of the time, it was just in conversation like this where
yeah,
it just felt, normal, authentic, needed. And it was always amazing to me, because um, to some extent, everyone has the same experience, or wants the same experience. And that, I feel crazy, is super, super, super common.
yeah,
Um, because if you're Christian or Jewish, Judeo-Christian, that whole thing. Prophecy and talking to God and all that other stuff, that's done. That was thousands of years ago. We don't do that anymore. That doesn't happen. The age of prophecy is over. And the leaders are very adamant. I mean, the Catholic Church has the Pope. He's the only one that gets to talk to God. No one else. No one else talks to God. You're all banned.
One person has that.
One person. That's it. And yet, when you talk to people, like, they have a moment of awakening. It may not be biblical, but they have a moment where they see or feel connected or hear or experience something that can only be explained as an awakening or a moment of sobriety or God or the universe. And it's kind of, and it sounds pretty much the same. It's universal. And I feel like more people need to talk about that. And that's like, I feel like foundational steps is, it's about person, it's about profession, it's about business, it's about spirituality, it's about everything, because that's the human experience. And this is, nothing is always, that's what I said. What's the topic? Anything and everything we want it to be.
Right.
So, all right. So one day you're going to tell us the story.
One day I promise you, one day I will tell you the story.
So what did you, once that moment happened, you were scared. You're like, am I losing my mind? What's happening? What am I feeling? Where did you go? Did you go back to Mormon practices at all? Did you totally find new stuff?
Absolutely not.
Nothing against the Mormon church. Hey,
no, nothing against the Mormon church.
Not for you though.
I'll be honest, this has all like pushed me. I actually officially had my records removed from the Mormon church fairly recently. Wow. Yeah. I've been inactive for 18 years.
But you went and literally said,
I just felt like I just needed to like completely like cut that off from my life. But no, and the thing is, I feel like I really didn't have anyone to talk to about it. Luckily, I had my my best friend, Luke.
Want more? Check out this clip or the full episode on our channel. Don't forget to leave a comment. I'd love to hear your thoughts, and it's the easiest way to support this channel. Also, check out our affiliate links. You might find a lot of value from them. Thanks for listening. See you next time.